Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. The brothers and the elders and the apostles are great millstone. Shalom to the elect across the four corners of the earth. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Alright? Now I spoke to someone who met up with this group IUIC, and they basically told me that one of them said that you ain't gonna receive salvation unless you have your fringes on the corner of your garments. Alright? Now that is not biblical. That is not according to the Bible. Alright? The scriptures didn't say if you don't have your fringes, you ain't going in them chariots. You ain't going and be saved. Alright? The Bible didn't say that. So IUIC going off on that scripture. You ain't going to be saved based on you ain't going to be saved by having fringes on your clothes. Alright? First of all, you're going to be saved if you have the elect and you have the remnant of Israel. But what are the characteristics and the remnant of Israel is going to be doing in these times? They're going to be working out their own salvation with fear and trembling. They're going to be doing the works of the Lord and doing that according to the scriptures. Alright? Not making up their own things, as in how would you gain salvation. The scriptures tell us how we're going to be saved. He that endured unto the end, the same shall be saved. Not he that wear fringes to the end. Alright? Because when all hell breaks loose, you don't know if you would have your garment. Alright? The garments that you're supposed to have is your spiritual garments, which is this truth, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It's your spiritual garments that you have to have on, not your physical garments. Let me go to the scripture. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Now what's the garments that it's talking about? Is it talking about your physical garments with your fringes on it? No. It's talking about the spiritual garment, which is this truth. Alright? Be clothed with the truth, with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. That is what you're going to have to need in order to be saved. Okay? Not wearing an actual physical garment with fringes on it. That ain't going to do shit for you in the times to come. Alright? Because you have a lot of pretenders. You have a lot of individuals who just all about the looks, all about, the outward appearance. You see, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai ain't looking at the outward appearance. I'm going to prove that in the scriptures. This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 7. It says, But the Lord said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. So the Lord not looking at your outward appearance in the way how how long your fringes is, okay, or how your garment look. The Lord ain't looking at that. All right, He's looking at your inward man. Man looking on the outward appearance. That's why IUIC they come in purple and gold. All right. They want to present themselves as in being loyalty, which we are loyalty, but we in the state of mourning, and the scriptures say that we are going to prophesy in sackcloth. And the Lord also say to turn ye even unto me with fasting, weeping, and mourning. All right. If you turn into someone with fasting, weeping, and mourning, what we did back then when we did back then in the days, we would put sackcloth on us. All right, rags. That is why we here in Great Millstone, you see us prophesy in those garments. We don't look flashy or fancy. You understand? You might have a little simple pattern of the garments, or whatever the case is, and that is it. All right, we keep it simple because you're not going to be delivered according to how your garment look, or because of the fringes that's on your garment. You ain't gonna be saved by that. Okay? The fringes on your garment is just a representation of the laws, to remind you the laws that you're supposed to keep. Okay? And none of us can keep the laws 100% in this flesh. Okay? We can't keep the laws 100% in this flesh, because it's like impossible. All right? The Lord said, the scripture say the creature is subject unto vanity. So if you're programmed to go off, especially in this world, because back then, I would say, me speaking as a man, I would say back then, in the ancient days, the laws was more easier to keep. They didn't have no pork in toothpaste and pork in different things that you're not even expecting this fucking swine to be in. Alright, this devil is polluting everything. He is making everything hard for you. Right? You have to work on the Sabbath. Alright? And back then in the ancient days, you will be put to death if you was found if you was found breaking the Sabbath, or you're keeping the Sabbath unlawfully. And all are we in this time, all are we guilty of that? Whether we know, whether we was back in the world, or whether we in the truth. We break the Sabbath knowingly and unknowingly. And it wasn't necessarily on purpose, but because of this flesh, this sinful flesh. This is why the scriptures say, for by grace are ye saved through faith. We saved by grace through faith. And it's not of ourselves. It's not of the commandments that we're going to keep. That's not going to get us saved. What's going to get us saved is doing what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai said to do at the best of your ability. The Lord said, if you love me, feed my sheep. If you love me, keep my commandments. And you do that at the best of your ability. Alright? You work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You do what the scriptures say to do. Alright? You eat the whole rule and you apply yourself accordingly. And you can't do that on your own, because the Lord has his men out here on the highways and hedges telling you the truth. So for an individual to come and say he get all on his own, he would be going off. You can say certain things on your own. Alright? Me personally, I didn't know that before I came in the truth. I didn't know that the mark of the beast was the R-Friday Micro C-Hip. I didn't know that was the mark of the beast, but I wasn't in the truth yet. Okay? I was not in the truth yet. So you might know certain things, but the scripture says faith cometh by hearing. You must have a prophet out here to tell you and to warn you. There's that one man in the scripture that the Lord started off with in this modern time here, that the Lord said he would send Elijah the prophet. Okay? And it's true that is how this word that is how this word came about. It started in America, and by prophesying through the elders and the apostles, with Ava Bivens and Arya and Marsha, King Marsha, on down to the elders and the apostles, what we know today. That is how the word spread. So it started in America, and then it went throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay? But to say things like you go be saved for having our fringes, or you ain't going to be saved if you ain't wearing your fringes, that is just foolishness. It's not biblical, and it's not any scriptures, period. Alright, so this is just a little lesson I wanted to do based on that topic, because I had an individual who I spoke to not too earlier on. He told me he not in no group or anything like that, but he said he's seeking the truth, he's seeking the Most High. So I end up letting him know what's going on, end up letting him know what's going on according to the scriptures, right? But I don't do my part. It's up to the Lord whether the Lord wants him to be in the truth or not. Once we push the word out there, it's really and truly up to the Lord whether you be in the truth or not. Man's going is of the Lord. How can a man understand his own way? So again, I will go say the individual told me that IUIC said you can't be saved unless you have on your fringes. Alright? Again, that is not biblical, and I prove the point concerning that, so I will close it off here. Kalalal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Shalom.